The TRIZ toolbox overall is distributed in three different zones. The first zone is problem identification. I briefly mentioned that in my last lecture, but many times what happens is the problem as it appears to us. For example, we just talked about the air pollution in Delhi, the problem of air pollution in Delhi, November-December timeframe. So now this might sound to be a huge problem, which we as individuals may not be able to even influence. Am I right? We may get overwhelmed by the magnanimity of the problem in itself. It is a huge problem. How do I as an individual solve it? So the first aspect of TRIZ toolbox is that we pick up whatever problem we have, and we use tools like function analysis, cause-effect chain analysis, flow analysis, and so on to break it up into smaller problems, and then see what is the root cause and possibly act only on the root cause so that the biggest problem simply disappears. And there may be multiple root causes, but handling those multiple root causes may be much simpler than thinking of this big problem in the first place. So the first aspect of TRIZ toolbox is how to revisualize my problem. How to get to a different level of abstraction for my problem so that I can get some handle of solving it. Then once we have redefined the problem, once we have reorganized the problem, that is when we come to the next aspect, which is problem solving. Again, as I mentioned, there are different tools that we will use for solving problems over here. For example, we could use algorithm for inventive problem solving. We could use inventive principles. We could use function-oriented search, and so on. Once we have identified some solutions to the problems, you will realize that each solution may have some corresponding lingering problem, or while this is a solution to the major problem, it can lead to some side effects. So how do we solve those secondary problems that may appear? That is the last part of TRIZ toolbox, where we talk about concept substantiation, how to solve these secondary problems. Now, we may actually have a solution which would not only solve the major problem, but that solution could be applied to 3 other places. And we could solve those problems also, or we could improve the performance of the system in those places also. So that is what is called as super effect analysis, concept evaluation, and so on. So that is the third phase of TRIZ. Again, this third phase of TRIZ, we will go on more in terms of our projects, not exactly in terms of lectures. We will not cover it in form of lectures, but we will want to do that as a part of your project. Okay. So the first part and the second part we will cover in the lectures. The third part we will actually focus more on specific project basis. Okay. So it is very important that you participate in office hours. Once you start with your projects and you start to move forward, you participate in office hours and take support from me, take support from TAs, take support from each other, so that you can substantiate your concepts better. Okay.